Hello guys, so today we will solve type of triangle. So let me be very honest with you. The question is kind of a confusing for the person who is not having some sort of a knowledge in triangles, but still I will try to be as simple as possible. But I will suggest one thing: instead of focusing the business logic in this particular problem, focus on the syntax of case statement, because here we will learn how a case statement works. Okay, and the case statement is nothing but conditional checking of our SQL code. By conditional checking, what I mean, let me give you guys an example. So if a business logic is like, if I am having 200 rupees or $200, then I can spend $20, and if I am having $100, then I can spend $10, and if I am having anything below $100, then I won't paint a single penny. So to do this, what we write as case statement, and the case statement is such, the case statement will have these three conditions in three separate cases, and against those cases what are we performing will be the next three solution of that cases. Now I think like case statement is something which you won't be able to properly wrap your head around if you are not seeing the syntax. So to start with, let me do one thing for you. So I have created these equations. These equations are the cases. So this case will give us not a triangle. If this case is true, we will get not a triangle. If this case is true, we will get equilateral. If this case is true, we will get isosceles. If this case is true, we will get scalene. So now let us run this and see how to write a case statement. Select. To start a case statement, we should use the case keyword, and once a case is being started, we should also end the case statement. So this is for the case part, and the other things remain the same, like from the table triangles. Okay, now for case we need to have these four logics implemented inside the case statement, because these four are our cases. So how to write that? To make sure SQL understand like what are the case, there is a keyword called when. So if we write when, then we can write our case following the when keyword. So what it is saying? It is saying begin the case and look for the equation. When this equation is true, then is another keyword. When we'll check this equation, then we'll do the following. Then print not a triangle. So this is my first case. Now for second case, another when, followed by another condition, followed by another then, that is equilateral. Similarly another case, followed by another case statement, followed by another then, and the last is when this condition gets satisfied, then we will print scalene. Now let's run this code. There is one thing left for me to discuss with you guys regarding the case statement. So see, this is the output. Now one thing is sure, you can do your case statement like this way, but there is another way in which you can do your case statement. That is, let's say, take example, this is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is equation 3, and this is equation 4. Now think from a broader perspective. If my first condition is not getting satisfied, then what is the probability? Like second, third and fourth might get satisfied. But if first and second condition both are not getting satisfied, then what is the probability? Third and fourth might get satisfied. If first, second and third, all these three conditions are not getting satisfied, then the probability is that the fourth condition will always satisfy. So then we can reduce our working a bit if this is the case. What we can write instead of this, we can just comment out this line and write else scaling. Let me run it and then I will explain. What it is saying. Else scaling is, oh, it is throwing an error because 3, 2, 1, these are not recognized by SQL as a valid syntax. Now run this code. See, this will also work. So what I did there, I asked SQL to check if this condition is true, then print not a triangle. If this condition is false, then check the remaining two. Now SQL checking the fourth line. So what SQL finds that this and this, both the condition are false. Then it will jump to the third condition. It will check the third condition. SQL finds that if third condition is also getting false, then instead of checking any condition, it can conclude that this is the case which is there. So this is called a case jumping. This is kind of an advanced topic, but I think you should have a decent amount understanding about this. And another important thing about case is, like we are writing 4 cases, but if your first case will get satisfied, then only first case will be working, like it will only print not a triangle, and the remaining other 3 will be ignored. To be ignored, SQL doesn't ignore it, SQL still checks for the output, but we write our condition in such a way that if this is true, then the remaining all the other cases along with the else will be false. But if our condition is messed up, like this condition is also true and this condition is also true, then what SQL will do, it will execute this query, it will store not a triangle as an output in its memory. Again it will come here, execute this query, and then it will overwrite the memory with the equilateral instead of not a triangle. So you should be very careful regarding this. Case is a very like heavy duty keyword you must say, but it comes with its pros and cons. The cons are, if you messed up your case statements like the case conditions, then you will get mad solving it. But if you have a clear idea about the case condition, then it's get very easy, as you can clearly see here. So with this I am wrapping up this video, and stay tuned and let's meet up in further videos. Thanks guys.